video will be a sort of an experiment for me, because tomorrow we are going to the toy fair. A small business trip just for 2 days, but I will try to read as much as I can. And the book is already chosen because I'm so excited to read this, Atlas of Unknowable Things. I think I will tell you about it tomorrow, because today, unfortunately, I won't be able to start it. I will just say that, if I want to be completely honest, I've chosen this book because of the cover. It just screams my name. Of course, the blurb is also very intriguing, but just look at the cover. I'm not familiar with the author, so we'll see. So hopefully it would be as mystical and magical as its cover. So see you tomorrow. Welcome to my hotel room. So the first day of the fair is tomorrow. Hopefully I will show you some beautiful, cute things. We'll see how it goes. And hopefully I will have time to read. On the train, I have managed to start the Atlas of Unknowable Things. It is hard for me to compare this book to any other books, but the closest comparison I can make is that for me, this book has David Mitchell's vibe. Both authors enjoy starting with a grounded premise, like a historical mystery or a campus drama, and gradually introducing supernatural or cosmic horror elements. Some reviews that I have read describe the novel as a puzzle box, full of clues and breadcrumbs. Mitchell is a master of these often great meta-novels, where characters and motifs interconnect across different books and centuries. So we have our main girl, Robin. She's a scholarly researcher specialized in folk monsters, the occult, and witchcraft. She is described as having didactic, analytical mind and a one-track personality while pursuing her goals. But if we want to unpack her personality a bit more, I should add she feels adrift in life, lacking stability. She's searching for meaning, for patterns, for something solid she can hold onto, in a world that keeps slipping out of focus. And yet, the novel repeatedly denies her and us this satisfaction. Her career is in shambles. After her best former friend, Charles, stole her dissertation research and published it as his own, our girl is desperate to reclaim her professional reputation and prove her theories about ancient secret religions that she believes the historical witch trials were trying to suppress. She also seeks a specific lost relic mentioned in the notes of Isabel, a professor who mysteriously vanished from a prestigious college in the Rocky Mountains. Robin's primary goal is to find this artifact before her rival James can get to it. Robin secures a summer residency at the secluded college to access its library of ancient manuscripts. But the campus feels eerie. The few faculty members are not what I expected. They act more like just 8 socialites in Great Gatsby rather than academics, spending their time drinking cocktails and ignoring her questions about the missing Professor Isabel. Robin begins to experience sleep paralysis and sleepwalking, finding herself in restricted areas of the campus. She starts receiving cryptic messages that suggest she is being watched. I don't want to give you any spoilers. I will just say that what starts as dark academia eventually spirals into cosmic horror. That emphasizes the horror of the unknown and incomprehensible, more than gore or other elements of shock. Robin discovers that the research in this college and the nature of the artifact she's hunting is far more monstrous than she ever anticipated. I think one of the strengths of this book is atmosphere. The writing is often beautiful, strange, and quietly haunting. Certain passages linger long after you have read them. Not because you fully understand them, but because they evoke a feeling you can't truly name. The novel also rewards slow, reflective reading. If you enjoy books that challenge structure, resist explanation, and invite personal interpretation, this one offers a rare kind of intellectual and emotional space. back home. So I have finished Atlas of Unknowable Things. Ooh, I will be honest, I hadn't managed to finish it during my short trip, so it's a few days later. Some books leave you satisfied, some books leave you changed. And then there are books like Atlas of Unknowable Things. Stories that leave you confused, unsettled, and quietly questioning what you just experienced. This is one of those books. We have already talked about its strength, so let's talk what was slightly challenging for me. The lack of clarity, plot progression, or resolution may feel alienating, especially if you prefer narrative momentum or emotional closure. I could say that there are moments when ambiguity feels less profound and more exhausting, where it's hard to say whether the book is withholding meaning on purpose or simply refusing to engage the reader. This philosophical approach explains why the book can feel both frustrating and profound. It challenges the reader's desire for closure, mirroring the way real life resists neat conclusions. The discomfort you feel while reading is not accidental. It is part of the novel's argument. This is definitely not a traditional novel with a clear plot and easy answers. Instead, it reads like a fragmented map, a collection of moments, ideas, encounters that circle around uncertainty, memory, identity, and the limits of what we can truly know. The book moves through strange situations and shifting perspectives, often blurring the line between reality and imagination. Rather than explaining itself, it asks the reader to sit with ambiguity, to accept that some things resist understanding. Reading this book may feel disorienting, almost like walking through fog. There were moments when I felt deeply intrigued, almost moved, and other moments where I felt completely lost. The story doesn't guide you gently, it lets you wander, and sometimes without a clear sense of direction. And yet, that confusion feels intentional. The book doesn't want to be solved, it wants to be experienced. This is not a book for everyone, and that's not criticism. Atlas of Unknowable Things is best suited for readers who enjoy experimental fiction, philosophical questions, and stories that don't explain themselves. If you like novels that sit somewhere between literature and dream, that leave you with more questions than answers, this book might resonate deeply. Atlas of Unknowable Things doesn't offer certainty. It offers discomfort, curiosity, and reflection. You may finish it unsure of how you are feeling. And maybe that's the point. Some books aren't meant to be understood completely. They are meant to remind us that not everything can be mapped, named, and resolved. But I can say that I loved this book, the atmosphere, myth, mystery, and I'm sure that some of you will also love it. And yes, the cover completely reflects the atmosphere of the book. Thank you so much for being here.